Welcome back to our coverage of the UEFA Champions League, and we can tell you that at half-time it's 1-1 between Inter Milan and Benfica. That match taking place at the San Siro, and it's goalless over at the home of Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena, and it is 0-0 at the half-time break. And we can tell you that Erling Haaland has missed a penalty for Manchester City in that one. Of course, he's one shy of the record for most goals in a Champions League season. He has 11, and he would get to 12 should he score one more and tie with Ruud van Nistelrooy. But as we take a look at the opportunity, that was a big one for Manchester City. Blasted high, well over the top. Erling Haaland wasn't really in control of that one at all.
No, we're not really used to seeing that from Haaland, but as we were saying in the studio, the penalty was given in a way that we say maybe this is karma, because that one not supposed to score. It was, I mean, actually when we look at the replay, I don't know if we can see the replay of the penalty that was given, but Upamecano really tries to get his arms as best as possible behind his back, but in the natural movement it still comes out and get a light touch on the arm. Barely even changed direction. So it was a tough penalty to concede, and as I say, it kind of feels like karma that it was missed.
Eric, out here in Jamaica, we have a saying, thief will never prosper. I'm sure a lot of the Bayern fans were feeling very similar as seeing Erling Haaland miss that penalty.
Upamecano hasn't had a really good time so far in this two-way tie, and he would probably be the most relieved player for Bayern Munich on that occasion. As we take a look at the half-time, the first half highlights of our featured game between Inter Milan and Benfica, and what a wonderful goal this was from Barella.
It's amazing. Even the interchanging passes right here, kind of quick around it with the 1-2, cut it behind the leg there to the left foot, and a one touch there in the corner. That is world class.
Yeah, that is elite ball striking by Nico Barella. Brilliant player.
And they thought that they would have been in control here. Benfica really looked nervous at the back, and they imposed themselves in the first half of this first half, Inter Milan.
Exactly how you say it. I think it was something where Benfica really took a good while to kind of get settled and start to get a feel of the game.
That one was chalked up because the obvious push there. he's pleading his innocence as if he didn't do a proper shove right there.
Yeah, you might say it was one hand I only pushed with, not with two, but yeah,
this was enough. A good goal though. It really was.
The delivery was perfect from, I believe, Rafa Silva, and then the header from that nearby the goal, if you get that on target, it's very difficult to save, and that's a great finish.
Denzel Dumfries took a bit too long to get around to him, couldn't get goal side, and
that is exactly where this one could have been prevented indeed, because the cross was perfect, the save very difficult, but as you say, Dumfries stuck inside a little too late to really challenge that properly there.
Benfica still in it?
Yeah, they definitely have to still be in it. They're going to go for it. They're going to try and create as many chances as possible. But as you mentioned, in the first half, they didn't start too well. It was rocky, so they didn't get a chance to assert the dominance that they would have wanted to when chasing a 2-goal lead. But in the second half, I think especially down to the nitty-gritty in the last 10 minutes, they'll be pushing, and we'll see.
And they really grew in the confidence since they scored the equalizer in that first half. Benfica.
I think now a little sad for them is that halftime whistle came, so that momentum kind of gets broken up, because as you mentioned, after that goal, it was pretty much all Benfica, and not just pressure, but they got their game kind of going with some passes in the middle third where they really have a lot of movement and quick passes to go up the field. But now Inter has some time to look at that and say, how are we going to stop this? How we making sure that defensively we watch those runners, stop those passes. So.
Yep, we're going to take a quick break now. When we return, we have more analysis before we send you back to the San Siro. Stay with us. Welcome back to our Champions League coverage here on the Home of Champions. Just to remind you of the halftime score in this one between Inter Milan and Benfica. We're locked at 1 apiece, and it is goalless over at the Allianz Arena between Bayern Munich and Man City. Said early on that Erling Haaland actually missed a penalty, and he is one shy of tying the record set by Ruud van Nistelrooy for an English Premier League player in one Champions League season. So he has 11 now and missed out on getting 12. Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, has the overall record. 17 goals he scored for Real Madrid in the 2013-2014 season. But gentlemen, as we take a look at the second half coming up, what are you expecting Benfica to do to try and overcome the deficit? Because it is as you were. If they score a couple of more goals and they leave Inter Milan blank, we're heading to extra time here.
They're going to at some point have to put extra numbers up top, try to overload out on the flanks, and maybe even when the crosses have an extra number in the box to try to finish, which will of course leave them exposed now in transition into defense. So not sure if they do it right from the beginning, but they cannot wait too long in trying to force something up top, and yeah, that's what we'll see. And I think from Inter perspective, be patient and realize we're going to get opportunities, but we don't need to chase after a goal.
Well, they may be shaken, right? Because they have been inconsistent, of course, in all competitions throughout the season. And maybe being hit by that goal could stir them a little bit. Do you think that's possible?
It is very possible, just judging off what Inter has been doing all this season. But I think a lot of their issues domestically has stemmed from them not being able to finish. A lot of the games they dominate, they'd have a high XG, but they'd lose the game 1-0. So I think just the fact that they have this goal on the board, Eric said that they have to be patient. They do have to be so. But I think Benfica will come out, they'll want to attack. The game is on Benfica. Benfica, the team that has to score the 2 goals. But I think it's important for Benfica to first of all try and gain some control of the game first, and then go for the goals, because 2 goals can be scored in such quick time.
Yeah, we're going to join our feed once again at San Siro. You still think that Inter Milan are in it for the long haul here? Yeah. Quickly, yeah. Eric, yeah?
Same result.
Same as always. All right, we're going back to San Siro. It's 1-1. Inter and Benfica will be back to wrap it up after the end of the second half. Stay with us.